over the last years, there was a large number of finds from one particular site to the west of Samarkand. It's about 50 kilometers of the west of Samarkand, in the middle of, nowadays, nowhere. It's called Sarykul-tepe. From this area, in fact, we have now coins of all known Sogdian types and series, well, in small numbers, that we know, all rare types. Everything that was that's known in 15, 10, 20 specimens from southern Sogd, from Samarkand, and so all in one or two specimens is represented there. It's kind of crazy. And if you look at it, it's quite an interesting spot because it is situated here. So actually, if anything, this is the geographic center of Sogdiana. Even nowadays, the desert which is there is called Urtachul in Turkic, which means central desert. There are quite a few foreign coins. There's a Parthian coin there, Roman coins there, there's Kilikian coin there, you name it. Things are strangely happening there. Among others, this came up. It's not very impressive. It's small, it's copper, and it's Bosphorus. Now, there's a lot of talk about what Silk Road means. And a lot of people now writing large articles and trying to disprove the concept of the Silk Road, saying that road that never existed, road that never connected anything, road which did not trade in silk, and so on. Nowadays, even the fur road, something that leads to Eastern Europe and brings furs to Central Asia and China, is being under the hit. Because people want to see one trade route which starts in Chanaan and goes to Rome. And I have to say that's impossible. All international trade was actually happening in small chunks. The road was divided into multiple sections. We know it from the sources. There's no point to argue. And also, silk was never the major commodity. It was one of the major commodities. In fact, if you take something like Pigalotti's Pratica della Mercatura, first thing you realize is that while he's trading, he's picking up, he starts with Italian products. On the way in Astrakhan, on the way in Don mouth, he picks things to bring to Astrakhan, in Astrakhan to bring to Bukhara. Well, he carries various things all the time because it simply brings income. He has something major that moves him, but also a lot of other things. That's the story. And that is one of the unique cases when we see that, in fact, in late 5th century BC, there was a connection between Bosphorus and Sogdiana. Well, because copper coin cannot pop up simply like this. In fact, when I started cleaning all the material around, I came up with 3 completely forgotten and ignored Bosporan coins from Khwarezm. And then in the same year, in the Bukharan oasis, something like this popped up. And this is Istrian coin. And it is from Bukhara. And that is even earlier. In other words, connections existed always. What is strange, these are copper specimens. There's no circulation of copper in Central Asia. In fact, there's no monetary circulation as such in Central Asia at that moment. So these coins are not brought in their monetary capacity. They are brought in as rare specimens of something that can be used as memorabilia, or I don't know, maybe some kind of a little gift that people bring from faraway countries. But connections did exist. And the whole idea about this isolationist idea about non-existence of the fur route or existing connections between Central Asia and Black Sea area, well, it doesn't work. Another example popped up, which is not quite monetary. This is a little bronze plaque found in the area of Samarkand, which is certainly based on the standard type of the 5th century, well, late 5th, early 4th century, first half of the 4th century Olbian coins. In other words, well, of course, these few bronze specimens are not really solving the problem, but I would like to remind that maybe people who are so severely fighting against the existence of Silk Road might not be necessarily correct. What is interesting, they sometimes refer to much crazier things. Misha Traister, my schoolmate, who is very well-known specialist on Eurasian trade, wrote an article against the fur road recently, doubting the whole thing, but bothered to mention that there was a hoard of Bosporan coins found in Jungaria. And there are 18 coins, 21 coin, found in 1918. And they are really Bosporan coins, but they're copper. The only thing that this is in 1918, and they were brought for sale to Omsk. And Omsk is, at that moment, the center of white anti-red movement. Cities swarming with people who fled from Black Sea area. And we should remember that there were a lot of con artists among the antiquity dealers. I just would like to remind everybody about Shepsel Gochman, who actually sold the famous Tayaro Saitafern to Louvre for astronomical price. And well, it was made by Rahimovsky 3 years before that in Odessa. So I would like to remind that maybe Jungara find is not something yet. My coin is the best Eastern find of Bosporan coin in the world. All right, thank you.